Welcome to another episode of Hood Politics. It's your host, Ari King Tarver. In this episode, we're going to take a deep dive into the latest judicial proceedings involving Young Thug. We'll try to unravel the various erroneous steps made by the prosecution and discuss why these might result in Young Thug walking free. So brace yourself for this fascinating journey into the world of trials and juror psychology. Let's get into it. In the world of hip-hop, Young Thug is a prominent figure, not just for his music, but also for his run-ins with the law. Recently, there has been a lot of discussion about his charges, and his fate hangs in a balance. Now, the fascinating aspect here is not just the charges, but also the many blunders made by the prosecution. If a scorecard were kept, one might say the prosecution team is performing at a less than satisfactory level. When a person is accused of a crime, there is a burden of proof that lies with the prosecution, and it is their responsibility to establish guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. In Young Thug's case, it seems the prosecution's errors have eaten into their credibility, thus weakening their case. In any standard trial, this could tilt the verdict in favor of the defendant. But what are these so-called mistakes? Without going into too much law jargon, let's just say they range from procedural blunders, such as incomplete filing of court documents, to misrepresentation of evidence during trial. Such errors could lead a jury to question the reliability of the prosecution and in turn weaken their case. As someone observing the proceedings from the outside, it is hard not to imagine that a rational jury would indeed reach the conclusion of reasonable doubt given these circumstances. Reasonable doubt is all it takes for an individual to be acquitted. So, against the backdrop of these proceedings, the statement that there is a strong chance for Young Thug to walk free doesn't seem far-fetched at all. What we have discussed here today provides a unique window into the nuances of the legal system, the responsibilities of the prosecution and the defense, and how mistakes can swing a verdict. Remember, our criminal justice system is framed on the presumption of innocence, and it's this presumption that defines how the prosecution must approach their case. Their failure can indeed lead to an unexpected outcome. And that's it for this episode of Hood Politics. I'm your host, Ari King Tarver, and we've just dissected the current legal predicament of Young Thug. For those interested in delving deeper into this topic, I encourage you to check the show notes for further reading. If you have any thoughts or questions about today's episode, I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to send me a message. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.